Well, there could be so many variable factors responsible for this. And that is one of the things that I think the organizers of this camp should also look into in terms of organizing maybe a seminar or a symposium or a summit where they will bring together those who are in the age bracket of people who are ready to get into marital life or those who are already in the marital life, so that we can then tap from the experience of our fathers and our mothers, so that they can know that not all that glitter is gold. There could be so many variable factors, like I've said. One of such variable factor is that if you are not psychologically prepared for marriage, you don't go into it. So we must be able to do a critical review. Are the couples psychologically prepared, emotionally prepared to go into marital life? If they are not, then they are likely to come across so many challenges that may threaten the marriage. That's number one. Number two is that, do they even understand the meaning of a marital life? Because there is need for us to ask this important question. This couple we are talking about, have they gone through counseling section, pre-marriage counseling or post-marriage counseling? These are areas where we need to really work on, because before you go into it, there must be a pre-marital counseling for both the bride and the groom, so that they can understand what marriage is all about. So if they have not gone through that, that could also be one of the variable factors. Because when you go into it, because marriage is like, it's like a house. You want to build a house, you must first go to the architect for a design. You must also contact the QS to be able to do a quantity, bill of quantity, so as to be able to know what will be the value of those things you want to bring into it, before you not start talking about the structural engineer, the electrical engineer, the mechanical engineer, and what have you. It's the same thing with marriage. It is a combination of all these variable factors. So counseling is very important. If they have not gone through it, that could also be one of the reasons. Because when you go into marriage, you go with expectations. But when you are in the marriage and you don't meet those expectations, it can create a kind of a barrier. And if couples do not really understand themselves, then they may begin to start having problems. Number three, reason that could also be, responsible for such is that if the fear of Allah, which is supposed to be the foundation of going to marriage, is not very strong, that is, if the marriage is not predicated on the fear of Allah, then the couples will not be able to appreciate one another. There's no any perfect marriage in life. Couples go into marriage, of course, have their own inadequacies. But when you go into it, because of the fear of Allah, the marriage, the social contract is predicated on the fear of Allah. When you go into it, you can always tell yourself, okay, these are the weaknesses of my wife. Okay, let me use my strength to block the weaknesses, and vice versa. So that fear of Allah can hold the marriage. But where the fear of Allah is superficial, it's not deep, then there could also be challenges in the marriages. The last but not the least could be external influences, taking advices from friends, from peer groups, and what have you. Marriage, like I said, is like a project. If the couples are not focused on the marriage, they can misplace their priorities, and that marriage will be threatened. So there is need for our people to look at the combination of all what I have said. Of course, it is not limited to this, it's beyond this, but looking at what I have said, if they are able to at least address those issues, they'll be able to understand that trivial issues, trivial matters are not supposed to strengthen our marital life. age is just a number. Age is a number. If we go into Islamic history, the Prophet of Islam, Muhammad, may Allah peace be upon him, got married to his first wife, Khadija, radiallahu anha, with a 15-year age difference. 15 years age difference. The wife was older than him, right? But they were able to live peacefully, harmoniously before Allah recalled the wife back to him. So age is a number. So where there is affection, where there is deep love, where there is understanding, and where there is the fear of Almighty Allah, one will not even know who is older, who is younger. Especially where there is understanding, there is the fear of Allah, there is affection, there is love, there is compassion. They will flow, without having any access. The issue of wealth, the issue of status here and there comes in where you have external influence. In most cases, it is external influence. Maybe peer groups, your colleagues, your friends, they influence you. They tell you, oh, don't accept this, oh, don't accept that. Oh no, he's taking advantage of you. No, she's taking advantage of you. That is where the external influence comes in, and that threatens the marriage. So, but if we really base it on the fear of Allah, based on true love, based on understanding, based on affection, the sky will be the limit for the couples. And they should always remember that they are the one executing the project, not those outside. So when you have a project before you and you are focused on the project, you don't misplace your priority, you will be able to accomplish that project within the time frame. But the moment you are looking right, left, front, back, distractions from front, back, right, left, it will take you away completely from the rail. You derail. And when you derail, you begin to start seeing, issues from different perspectives, and that will be the beginning of, the marriage being threatened. So for me, I think wealth, age, and what have you are superficials. What is most important is that get married to somebody that is within your age bracket, that you really love, that you really, understand, and he or she also understands you, and then with the fear of Allah, then you can flow, successfully.
Thank
Thank you very much.